Troops, it is Fog Entertainment. We are back with another Season 3 episode review of Power Book 2 Ghost, and we're here with episode 3. There's a lot of threes in there, but we have to talk about the main talking points this episode, and we may as well talk about Sax and Davis first, because of course Davis has tasked Sax with looking into his brother's case, but when Sax looked into it and he went to the public defender's office, he's realised that the attacker, the committer of the crime, was he was weighed in, well I say weighed in, he was measured, sorry, about 6'2", 6'3", when Davis's brother is only like 5'9". And when Sax brings this to the brother, Rollins, he's like rightfully pissed, but he's also like putting on like a good cover-up act. And I knew immediately at this point that it was Davis who'd committed the crime. But he's been in jail for a long ass time, Davis, or his brother. So I actually wonder the severity of the crime. But see, Davis, he's like a crooked lawyer. You know, he's like the black Better Call Saul. You know, he's willing to get his hands dirty, so to speak. So can't really spin that either way you can. But yeah, Sax brings this to Davis and pretty much reveals, like, I know you were a criminal before and that you jobbed out your brother. And he's like, man, it was either me or him and he wanted to do it. Believe me, you don't think I wanted to rat over him? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not, man. But that's pretty much their two things wrapped up. Of course, Sax trying to get closer to this guy for the case. We didn't see any of Lauren this episode. Of course, she's still in hiding. And pretty much the other main story point was that the fact that Tiharas now want to like take over Brooklyn, and Kane's idea was to wipe out. If you remember the character of Uncle Frank, he wanted to wipe out pretty much his family because his sons pretty much own all the business in Brooklyn. So obviously for these two, it was to be right. Take them out then. But they grew up when they was kids, so that made it a bit difficult. But you could tell here that obviously the main man Lorenzo, he's not really a shot caller anymore. He's pretty much Kane's bitch. He get beat up at the start of this episode as well. I was like, really? Is this guy just going to take this lying down? Is this what he's going to do? Is he just going to accept getting battered left, right and centre every week, every day by like Kane's thugs? I don't get it. But Drew comes up with a solution that we grew up with these guys when they were kids. We're not going to kill them. They're family friends. We'll make a deal with them. But in order to do that, they have to wipe out some Russians. And that's where the problems stem in this episode. In order to do that, the reason why they've had to do it is that, you know, the new Connect has essentially threatened their families. A picture of Diana, boom. A picture of somebody else, boom. A picture of your grandma, Tariq. And if you don't come and work for us, big man, then if you don't deliver on the money shipment that Mecca would, then we're going to kill all your closest family members. Which is why they need to use this new Uncle Frank family connection to sell and expand through Brooklyn. But in order to do that, they need to kill a few Russians. But Kane's like, if they see a couple of black faces, they'll know it was me or Drew. They'll know it was us. That's why we're going to hire a white boy. And I say hire a white boy, they're going to get Braden to do it. Because of course, that kill, they killed the personal trader a few episodes ago, that was actually done by Drew. And Kane's like, I want no fuck-ups, white boy, you're doing it. So Braden goes to kill the Russian. Can't bring himself to do it. Tariq needs to save him. Of course, Tariq being black. That kind of spins the whole narrative about someone white killing the Russian at the windy. And when Uncle Frank's boys meet with Drew, Kane and Lorenzo, Kane's like, well sure, we heard it was a white boy that killed him. And obviously that's not went too well doing McCain, because they're like, no, it was actually a black boy. But they agree on terms, but it doesn't look like it's going to last very long. It looks like it could just fall through by a thin hair. And Lorenzo, he tried to negotiate. He's like, your father would be so proud to see both families working together. But then he's like, yeah, even though I may seem like top man, I'm not top man. The top man is actually Kane. So I did find that kind of funny in that sense. We've also got a bit of meaningless shit this episode with Kevin Whitman pressing Monet. They might put harassment charges against this guy. But I mean, this is just a bit filler until it actually leads anywhere. It's not really that interesting. What else did we have happen this episode? It was, yeah, Kane pretty much obviously knowing that Braden jobbed out. He decides to go to Braden, threaten him. He's like, if you ever fuck up again or I find out that you did didn't do this kill, or you find out whoever the fuck did it, because it kind of swears that it wasn't Tariq that did it. Obviously it was Tariq that did it. And then to end the episode, Kane decides to ring Effie. And I mean, like, what's Kane going to do? He's not going to kill Effie. But I look at some of these characters, right, like Braden, Effie, you know, Tariq can claim their family. I think one of these two are going to die. And I would probably say there's more chance of it being Effie, because along with Sax, Braden is like one of the few white characters actually on this show, which would tell me that they probably wouldn't kill him off. And he's like one of like the actual good guy white guys, even though he's not really a good guy, of course, drug dealer, not exactly killing people yet. That's the whole reason, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10.